Good morning, YouTube. This is Brett. I'm making this live stream because I know there have been people who have been really worried about me in the last 24, 48 hours, worried about, my well being, um, and all that. Um, First off, I want to, say I wanted to thank you for those who've been reaching out to me in the last 24, 48 hours about what's been going on. I'm not speaking of it again. I have strict orders, and I've made strict orders not to speak of anything again. So, um, but I'm making this, as a personal stream for anybody. I just want people to know I slept really good last night. I slept like a baby. Got up about it's 8:14, so I got up about 10 minutes ago. Um, Getting ready to drink my morning caffeine. So, so yeah, I just wanted just to tell people I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine. Um, so if you've watched all the videos lately about what's going on, at least you're informed now what's up and everything. So today's July 2nd. We're 2 days away from our 250th birthday here in the United States of America. Um, I don't know what y'all are planning on doing for 4th of July weekend. I'm probably just going to hang around my place because I doubt I'm going to have anybody to hang out with on 4th of July weekend. So um, I know today my buddy's $6 million testicle, if he's got all his stuff together, um, after the shenanigan that happened to him the other night. I'm not gonna say what it was, um, but I am going. But today, if things go according to plan, my buddy's $6 million testicle is going to put together a live panel today on a special live stream for me because he wants me to get my gaming stream in and actually have a better game stream than what happened. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to go. You can go back and watch the previous videos off, about what happened because I'm not speaking of it again. But you can go back and watch the previous videos and streams about what happened. So my buddy, $6 million testicle is going to be, hopefully getting me a special live stream today so I can play my video games and, have, a great time, and of course, all my good friends are invited, and hopefully to all you good people who are watching this morning stream, I want you're invited too. Um, just hopefully making it a great time, a great time and place, and sit back and relax and enjoy the throwback, even on your end. Turn on your favorite streamer, turn on the radio, and listen to 80s music while I'm playing video games, Can't do it on here, though, because of copyright, but you know what I mean. Um, yeah, yesterday, I got my betting gift from two now former friends. Um, those who I talk to, know the story. But I got a nice bed sheet. It's black, and then I got a nice red comforter. Oh, it was so good last night. Oh man, I tell you, I was like out within 30 minutes last night of sleeping. I mean, I only woke up one time. It was like at 1:30 something central because I had to go to the bathroom. But other than that, I was out cold last night. Oh man. A lot of my friends have been saying, because of what's been happening to me within the last 24, 48 hours, is that, I need to relax, take it easy, get a lot of rest and everything. Oh man, I tell you what, I slept like a baby last night. Man. After everything that's happened in the last 24, 48 hours, it was finally nice to get some damn good sleep last night. So that's why I'm more happy and more jolly today. So back to my old joking around self. So, thank you to the one person who's watching right now. I know it's kind of early, um, but I kind of said, I was going to do what I was going to do. Don't know if I'm going to get any more people in the chat this morning because of the time frame. But I just wanted, to say, thank you to my friends who've been really helpful lately, helping me out, being concerned about me in the last 24, 48 hours. They've been a really big help, and, I'm just glad to have them as good friends. I love them like they're my family. I'd give my life for them. I'd give my life, for my friends who've been really concerned about me because, that's how it is. And, well, what's fact and what's not. So, by the way, I wanted to give a shout out to a couple of people this morning, especially a couple of people who've been really, really, I guess you could say, taking care of me pretty much. First off, I want to shout out to my friend Triple C, Country Cast Cash, for having my back, really, sticking her neck out for me and pretty much being a motherhead. Pretty much with what's going on. And then I want to give a shout out to my friend Wilma. Wilma, I know you've been going through stuff lately, but it's kind of nice for you. It's actually very nice for you to have my back, taking care of me. You're like the older sister that I wish I had, So Wilma, you rock. Triple C, you rock. Also, to my buddy $6 million testicle, you're awesome. For what's been going on. I'm live right now. Sorry, guys, I had to take a message. So I wonder who the one person is. 4 people in the chat now. Wow. Anyway, so I just wanted, to say, to people, I just want to say, thank you for everything, if you didn't miss my stream last night, I did announce, because people wanted me to continue streaming after what's been going on. So, I will continue streaming. That's not going to change, but, wow. Anyway, so I just, doing this to say, the reason I'm doing this stream this morning is because I know there are a lot of you out there in cyberspace who are friends of mine. Hey! There's my friend Dewana. You made one. I've been wondering what's up, Dewana. Hey, Dewana, I got a present for you. You're going to see what I did for you. Yeah. So I know you've been hanging over there on Ernie's lately, so you haven't been following what's been going on. So I have videos and live streams from yesterday telling you what's going on. So if you get a chance to watch it, Dewana, at least you'll know what's going on. So. But it's nice to see you, Dewana. I mean, I'm really glad for you to show up, though. And there's my real life friend, Caitlin. Dewana, this is my friend, Caitlin. She's actually a real life friend of mine. She's been a good friend of mine for 6 years, so hopefully you two get to introduce each other, Dewana and Caitlin. So, Yeah. So, hey, there's Wilma. So, for those of you coming in, I was just giving a general rundown of my I haven't been doing any shorts, Dewana. I don't have any shorts. Must have been Wolfie you must have been checking out because I don't do any shorts on my channel. But for Caitlin and Wilma, for those of you who don't know, Dewana is a good friend of mine. She is a moderator on a channel that I follow, a trucking channel called she's on a trucking channel called Semi Ernie. For those of you who don't know, some people know who Ernie is. So I made her a moderator, Wilma. I don't even know how to make a short, to be honest, Dewana. So, but for those of you coming in, I've been, things have been hectic in the last 24 to 48 hours with me. Go back and watch my previous video and my recorded video and my 2 live streams yesterday to know what's really going on. Oh, thanks, Wilma. But go back and watch those if you want to know what's been really going on. But I want you all to know I slept like a baby last night. I feel great this morning. Only woke up one time last night, and that was at 1:30 something in the morning because I had to go to the bathroom. But oh man, with that new comforter and the new bedding I got in the package from people who are no longer my friends now, I slept so good last night. So, but for those like I said again, for those of you who weren't here yesterday, last night, I have announced that I will be continuing to stream on my gaming channel, on this channel for gaming, because I want because I don't want something because I know people were telling me I need to stay strong, I need to show my strength, I need to continue doing what I want to do and not let the other side win. So I will be continuing streaming. I know Dewana has been saying she's been meaning to get to one of my gaming streams, so I know I have bad bedhead this morning. Actually, to tell you the truth, I need to get my hair cut because in the back here, my hair is starting to get sticky. And the last time I went without a haircut for a while, the back part of my hair got so sticky that it was hard for some of the haircut people to try to work with it, and they eventually got it up. But it's like, dang, how did that happen? I'm like, it's not easy taking care of hair half the time. And I do take showers, I do wash my hair and everything. It's just, some of the time it just gets like that in the back. It's gnarly and everything. So, so yeah, so I've had a, yeah, Dewana on the Tuesday night stream, which I'm not going to mention because it was a disaster. But for the first part, I will mention the good stuff. I did beat a pole position for the second time live on stream. Wilma was there; she saw it. What happened? So, but that was like one of the big highlights and everything. So, doing a live stream on YouTube right now and giving everybody an update on my well-being. Sorry, I'm talking to a lady friend on a Discord, so at the same time. Anyway, but yeah, I slept like a baby last night. Things are going better. Like I said, please watch the previous recorded video, and please watch the two previous live streams. To find out what's really happened, because me and Wilma and others have all uh, agreed not to discuss what happened again, because we all need to let that go. So for those people who don't know what's up, like Dewana, check out my previous recorded video, and then check out my two previous live streams. So, yep, it is what it is, Wilma. So, Dewana, now that you are a mod on my channel, I will tell you one of the rule changes that we have. You are a standard mod, Dewana. So I don't have you as a managing mod, but I hope you're okay with being standard mod. But after what happened on Tuesday night, I'm not going to go into details, but I made some changes to the way the stream is run and how the chat is policed. Yep, Dewana, you are protected, by the way. So mods have free reign now, meaning that they have a lot of power. Which means, Dewana, you might want to listen closely, that if there's anything that looks like drama or sounds like drama, it needs to be removed from the chat immediately. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But save evidence, like screenshots or whatever, because when I'm playing a game, I share my screen, so therefore I cannot read the chat while I'm playing. So that's why when I'm starting up a game, I make sure the mods do their job. So, Wilma is an experienced mod on my channel, so she'll be one of the ones to guide you in case, So, but we're very tight knit here, Dewana. We're very tight knit. So we kind of have a verbal contract. You could say that the mods are to work together, because I'm not going to have that fiasco again. So, like, I know how you do your job on Ernie's stream, Dewana. So it's kind of like the same thing here, but you have a little bit more free reign with your power. Oh, and Dewana, my stream is also drama free, and it is family friendly. But they can say that's what she said. They can make that's what she said jokes and all that. Good. We need someone like that here, Dewana. Yeah. So my stream is Dewana. My stream is family friendly because it's video games, and also, but people can say that's what she said jokes, because I find that also some people like to roast me when I play pole position, so you just allow that to happen. They don't go overboard with the jokes because they know how I expect them to behave. So if you ever Wilma will tell you, you ever pop into one of my gaming streams, we have a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Trust me, you'll feel like a kid again. I was getting to telling you what's up. Oh yeah, you should see some of the people roasting me about when I play pole position. It's some of the jokes. Yep, that's true, Wilma. But seriously, Dewana, some of the jokes are downright hilarious. Excuse me for 1 second. You're cool, Damon. Just know you're protected, all right, bro? Sorry, guys. Had to take a message somebody real quick, so I had to mute. So, um, no, it's cool, Damon. Thanks for stopping in, bro. Leave a like if you haven't done so, Damon. I really appreciate it if you haven't. By the way, I am drinking Mountain Dew this morning. Oh, my great niece and my great nephews, Dewana, they're doing really good. Thank you for asking. Um, you know, nice. So, like I said, so this is more of a casual stream. So, I wanted to make this a casual morning stream, and just a what they called a follow up stream to what people were concerned about with my health and well being. So this is more. I want to, I'm debating if I want to start doing more of these casual streams where no gaming, nothing like that. Just sit down and chat with you, the audience. Because I know it's always fun about gaming and everything, retro video games and stuff like that. But sometimes I always want to sit, and just have a chat with you, the audience, because I always am interested to hear what interesting stuff you guys have to say. By the way, Dewana, if you haven't gotten to me yet, the best way to reach me outside of YouTube is Facebook. Um, well, we were up to 5 people. Now we're down to 3. So I wonder who's sticking around. So, oh yeah, Dewana, I hear you. In fact, I'll tell an old joke right now. A skeleton walks into a bar and he says to the bartender, "Hey, buddy, give me a beer and give me a mop." This this guy's going down a highway about 45 miles per hour and he's driving down a country road. He looks out next to him. He sees this chicken running next to him at the same speed. So the guy guns it up to 65 miles per hour and he looks out the window and he sees that the chicken is running with them. But then he got almost a good look, but he notices that the chicken had 3 legs. But before the guy had a good chance to get a good look, the chicken sped off at 65 miles per hour and went into a barnyard. So the guy turns into a barnyard and sees a farmer standing there. And the guy says to the farmer, "Did a chicken go by?" The farmer goes, "Yep." And the guy says to the farmer, "Is isn't near to that chicken have 3 legs? And the farmer says, yeah, I raise them, I breed them. And the guy says, well, what in heavens, why? And the farmer says, well, I like the drumstick, my wife likes the drumstick, and now I've learned that my son likes the drumstick. So instead of fighting and debating about it, I started breeding 3-legged chickens. So the guy asked the farmer, well, how do they taste? And the farmer says, I don't know. We haven't been able to catch one. That's the joke. Oh, nobody laughed at my joke. That sucks. So anyway. So yeah, so So yeah, Dewana, I was gonna tell you, one of my other good friends is today because of the fiasco that happened. So Dewana, one of my good friends today is actually doing a special stream. Today, my friend, $6 million testicle, is doing a special live stream today for me, so I can play my video games on his panel because he wants me to have a successful video game live stream, and felt like because everybody agreed that I was robbed of what happened with my Tuesday stream. Like I said, you can go back and watch my previous streams and videos, and you'll find out what's up. Of course, Mom, I know you will be there in the bushes. Just don't let the hedges get you. If you're in the bushes, maybe you can trim the hedges or something, Wilma. That was a joke. Anyway, but I wanted to get a gaming live stream in for it's supposed to be at 1 o'clock his time. It's going to be 3 o'clock Central. So 3 o'clock Central this afternoon. I don't know what time frame that would be on your end, Dewana. So I went to bed at 10 o'clock p.m. last night. 11:30 last night. Anyway, so it's going to be at 3 p.m. 1 o'clock on my friend's time, at 3 p.m. Central at my time. So whatever time zone you live in, that will be whatever your time zone is. So if you're on Eastern time zone, it's 4 p.m. If it's I think Mountain time zone, I think it's yeah, your Central Standard Time, so it's 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, Dewana. So it's 3 p.m. You're in the same time zone as me, Dewana. So it's 3 o'clock. Oh, by the way, I also, while I got the stream, I looked at my phone last night before I went to bed. I guess the United States was playing their knockout round of the World Cup last night. they beat Bosnia Herzegovina 2-0. So the United States is into the round of 16 in the World Cup. So don't know who our next opponent is, but we're moving farther into the World Cup. The only bad thing is we're going to have one of our main strikers, Bolgun, has a red card, so he can't play the next match. So, but the United States is in the round of 16. Also, I guess I'll do. So I'm going to shout out another channel here. Kind of do this as a cheesy advertisement. All right, since there's all women in the chat, I got this. Ladies, have you ever wondered what it looks like you see at like your favorite sports place or whatever? You see a round table and you see 4 or 5 guys sitting around chatting, and you're wondering, I wonder what they're talking about, or I wonder what they're thinking. Well, come to a place where you actually get to hear what 4 or 5 guys are normally thinking. On the Sports with Wolfie channel, we have a football talk show where we sit and talk about football and sports. We share news, we share trivia, and also you get to hear 4 to 5 crazy nuts talk about sports. So we usually have that show on Thursdays, but we're not having one this week because of 4th of July week. But next week we will be having that at. So just open up if you're on computer, Wilma, open up a separate tab. Actually, I'll do it. Because I'm on computer, so there you go, everybody. That's the link to my buddy Wolfie's YouTube channel. Morning, Kirsty. Anyway. So that link is to my buddy Wolfie's channel. It's on his channel where we do the show. We do have lives. We do have lives on there. So go back and check out the lives from them. Yeah, I'm the announcer on yeah, Kirsty, after the disaster, what happened, what's going on, I had to make a business decision and for the channel, obviously, and redo set up the moderators again, find out, what's up. So I had to limit the amount of moderators, Kirsty, because I had like more than 10 and that was too many. So I had to, make a business decision about who had what, and everything. So yeah, at least you're not like that couple, Brett and Mary, who were so pissed about it that Mary went off on a tirade on me via text yesterday because she was mad I yanked Brett's wrench and pretty much cut ties with me because of all that. So I'm not going to get into the gist of it. But I'm glad you're taking it well, Kirsty. You're still welcome here. You know that. You're still my friend. You're still welcome here. But if in case you don't know, Kirsty, I've been giving an update on my well-being ever since what's been happening in the past 24, 48 hours. Good morning, Patty. So for those of you coming in, last night when I got my new bedding, from people who are no longer friends with, I finally slept like a baby last night, and I slept real good. So, so I woke up very refreshed. I feel happy. Oh, you're getting ready to go to sleep over there in Australia, Kirsty? Sweet dreams, mate. So I just wanting, people know that I'm doing great. I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling happy. I did announce, I'm going to re-announce it on my stream here, because of those of you who missed it last night. People have been, I said I was good after the fiasco that happened Tuesday night. Watch my previous streams and my previous recorded video to know what's going on. But other than that, I know people have been really concerned about my health and well-being in the last 24, 48 hours. So I'm making this stream, to tell people what's up. And plus it's a casual stream, so I get to talk to you, the audience. Anyway. So the fact of the matter is, Patty, okay, everybody, I gotta add her to my protected list. Go to channel. Go to channel. I need to add Damon and Dewana. All right, guys, give me a second here. Continue to talk amongst yourselves while I'm taking care of some minor business here. So. Whoops. I need to add her back. Oops. All right. I got that done. All right. So I've got so according to because they are under protection, I have Patty, Dewana, Damon, and Kirsty added to the approved users list on my YouTube page. So mods, I expect you to protect them, okay? So the next time I do a live stream for gaming, mods, I expect the chat to behave. Oh, I just added some people to approved users list so that way they're protected by the mods. That's all you missed, Caitlin. But for my next gaming live stream, for the next gaming live stream, mods, I expect the best out of you for your job. Remember, those people who are on my approved list who are coming they are protected. So you're welcome, Patty. I expect, the chat to be on their best behavior. I expect, so, So as Darth Vader would say to his Imperial officers, mods, don't fail me. Do I even have Rick on my list? Yep, Rick Dog is protected. Now for those of you who've come in, I know this sounds like some crazy guy just doing a stream talking out of his freaking mind. But let me tell you a little bit about what I do on my channel. I do retro arcade games, and I do retro video games and retro computer games. Based off of emulators that I have on my computer. So I play various retro arcade games like Galaga, Pole Position, Pac-Man, just the good ones. I also play retro computer games, mostly based on the Commodore 64. No problem, Wilma. Mostly the Commodore 64 computer. If you guys ever want to research that, you know what the computer looks like. It's an old vintage one. I also do. I also, like I said, I do. Also, some people like seeing Atari stuff, so I do that. But mostly I just, do mostly retro arcade games, and all that. My streams are drama free and they are family friendly. So pretty much, but you can say that's what she said. You can make that's what she said jokes, but pretty much, I know there are people who cuss like drunken sailors, but I expect people to start watching their language in my streams though, because you never know, young people may watch this. Plus, I've got a great niece and great nephews, so you never know. My family could be watching this right now or whatever, and you wouldn't know. They could be in the bushes right now watching, and you wouldn't know. So, I know she's not here right now because she's probably sleeping because she hasn't slept in a couple of days. And that's my friend, Country Cast Cash or Triple C. You know, she made a live stream last night, talking about what was going on. I suggest, um, if you haven't been to her channel, she does country living and sometimes she does scratch tickets and everything. But sometimes she has her streams where she just goes unhinged. So, she does cuss like a drunken sailor though. So she's kind of the exact opposite of my channel though. So, but but she is a great friend and has my back. Um, so good morning, Jenna. I'm just giving people an update about my wellness and everything, what's been going on in the past 24, 48 hours, with all the hullabaloo that's happened. We're not speaking of it again, Jenna. So that's why. I'm just giving people an update about my well-being. Um so I just want people to know that I'm doing okay. Um I know, Caitlin. But I'm just gonna say, just oh, Jenna, by the way, I know I'm not speaking of what happened, but I'm gonna say Tuesday during the pole position part, I loved your roasts. They were pretty funny. So if I play pole position on my next stream, and I hope you're there, I hope you have more roast jokes for pole position because those were pretty damn funny. Anyway, also he's not here because he's probably sleeping heavily. But I want to give a special thanks and a shout out to my friend Florida Claimers Ted, or Teddy as some people know him. Oh, good. Let her know I'm live right now, Wilma. Um, I want to give a shout out to my friend Florida Claimers Ted, or Teddy, for being one of the managing moderators for my channel and trying to help me out. You know, reorganize the channel a little bit. You know what I'm saying? For doing his part and for really helping out. Teddy's been a really big help to the channel. So, um, um, so I just want to say to people, uh, I just want to say, that I, I just want to say, thank you to everybody, who's taking the time out of their morning to come into the stream, to see how I'm doing. So what you're saying, Jenna, is the next live stream I do for video games, I don't expect to see you there. Is that what you're telling me? Because I really want you there. Well, I did nothing. I've done nothing wrong to you, Jenna. You know that. So as far as I'm concerned, you're always welcome to come to my streams. Yeah, can't blame me there, Jenna. But seriously though, you're always welcome to my streams, though. Plus, like I said, I love your pole position roasts. They are so funny. And for those of you who don't know, Jenna has quite the sense of humor. Anyway, I think I'm probably gonna end it here pretty soon. You know, not drag this out anymore. But again, I want to say thank you to those people who took time out of their morning to come in and see me. And you know, I really appreciate it. You know, that shows your loyalty. Um, I love you guys. I love you all unconditionally. Um, you know, I'm glad that you all care about my well-being and everything, you know, considering what's been happening in the past 24, 48 hours. Oh, I know, Jenna. Um, Maybe I might do a mini stream again today, you know. Just maybe play like 1 to 2 games on stream, you know, just to give you guys a little preview of what I do. So, um, I don't know yet, but hey, there she is. I was wondering when you were going to wake your happy butt up, Triple C. I know you hadn't been sleeping well for the last couple of days, but I was wondering when you were going to wake your happy butt up. Anyway, good to see you. I was giving everybody, Triple C, I was giving everybody a health and wellness update about me, what's been going on, you know, the past 24, 48 hours. I'll talk to you after the stream if you want, Triple C. So, so if you want to chat after the stream, Triple C, I'll be available. So, um, if you want to get a hold of me, the best way to contact me is via Facebook. Now I know people put their personal information and stuff like that up on their YouTube channel, but I don't put up my YouTube channel. I don't put up my stuff on my YouTube because I don't want, you know, creepers and, you know, people who are now my enemies to you know, find that to try to cause harm or anything like that. Um, so um, so the best way to find me is on Facebook. That's one of the best ways to contact me. Also, if you have my private number, that's another way how you can get a hold of me. But mostly get a hold of me through Facebook. So, all right. So I'm going to call it a stream, and you know, say thank you to everybody who's come in, you know, show support and love. Thank you for being for 48 hours about my health and well-being. I slept real good last night, so I'm jolly. I'm happy. I'm good to go. You know, yada yada yada. So, um, yep. Contact Wilma or Triple C to get info to get the hold of me if you need to. So, thank you, Wilma, for throwing that in the chat. I really appreciate that. So with that being said, I'm going to call it a stream. I love you guys. Just a quick pitch. Join me today at 3 o'clock Central or whatever time zone you are at on a $6 million testicles channel. I will put a link in the chat right now. So so that way you guys can I wanted YouTube, not my channel, dang it. I lost 1 subscriber, so I wonder who unsubbed. I think I know who it is, but I think it was probably because of what the hacking was, so. So I'm going to drop this in the chat. This is the link to my friend's channel. In case, you want to watch the special live stream this afternoon. Shout out to my friend $6 Million Testicle for agreeing to host a special live stream for me today doing video games. I really appreciate his hospitality and everything. So check that out this afternoon about 3 o'clock Central or 4 o'clock Eastern, wherever you are. Come over. I mean, if some of you don't want to, I know there are some of you who have reserves about, $6 Million Testicle. So if you don't want to come over and hang, that's fine. I understand. But, I will hopefully a lot of you show up today. A good chunk of you show up, to support me. At least it's going to be about me and my video games. So even though it's going to be on $6 Million Testicles page on his stream, just treat it like if it were my live stream, okay? Even though he's running the show, though. So, anyway. So, take care, everybody. I love you guys. If you want to get a hold of me on Facebook after the stream, you're more than welcome to. Take care, everybody. And thanks for tuning in. I love you guys. Bye-bye.